What up, what up, what up, what it is, what it do? You know who it is, who are you? We back again with the fellas from the 22 twos. It's been a long day. Still in the collar shirt from the office. But we here to give
Oh
you that
my.
content that you need.
Oh
We
my.
here to talk about sports and hip hop and all the good stuff and do what it is that we do. Um, but before we get into what it is that we do, we need you to go ahead, follow, like, subscribe, share. Go ahead and ask us the question because we got the mailbag segment now. So we will be responding to y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, tap in with us, fellas, from the 22 twos. We're going to tap in with y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
With that said, though, I'm going to go ahead
mm.
and kick it over to the moderator extraordinaire for something special for y'all.
Yes, sir. Before we get into it, fellas, hey, all you from the West Indies, Trinidad Carnival next week. Watch. I in a good spirit.
We
I
bye.
drink in a good spirit. I gotta preface that because I'm about to fuck these motherfuckers up. I'm gonna try to keep my cursing to a minimum. But
Yeah.
people, we're coming at you raw, unfiltered, pause, unscripted, off the
Mm.
cup. This is a Knicks rant. You know, we told y'all already, New York fans, Yankees, Giants, Knicks. It's been a long time. We haven't gone in on them since we talked about how the cat trade would look, what the product's going to look like on the floor, the acquisition of Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby signing his deal, Precious signing his deal late into the offseason. They were ready to rock, or so we thought. Fellas, we can't hide from it no longer. It's been there. I've been tracking this since the beginning of the season. Of course, it went crazy Sunday after we got blasted again by the Celtics. 0-7 against the NBA's top three teams: OKC Thunder, Cleveland Cavaliers, Boston Celtics, and almost every single one of them was a wash. OKC, we were up double digits into the fourth quarter until Aaron Wiggins decided to have an out-of-body experience in the fourth and go crazy. Same thing at home against Cleveland the first time we played them, up by 13 heading into the fourth quarter, and Darius Garland went berserk. We had zero answer. Big problems defensively. That's the one thing we said coming into the season. We should be okay on the perimeter, but of course, the back line, front court, Cat just being out there by himself, no real center, losing Hartenstein to OKC, Mitchell Robinson being injured until God knows when. We're finally about to get him back before the end of the week. They're targeting Friday against Memphis. We're going to see what this looks like. But, bro, if I see OG or Mikal get blown by on the perimeter one more time, I'm going to lose it. It's been insane. We already know Cat can't guard the rim. He can't guard a parked car. But we gave up 5 picks for Mikal. We signed OG Anunoby to over $200 million specifically for this reason. Shout out Knicks Fan TV and CP the franchise. What does he call Mikal and OG, or what did he before the season? Wingstop. We're supposed to have the wing defenders to match up against Boston, and you know what they did? Play drop coverage. Jason Tatum for 3. If I hear Mike Breen, puts it up, puts it in one more time, yo, I'm gonna fucking lose it. Tibbs has not changed anything. Playing Cat in drop coverage the entire time. I get it. He's slow-footed. He can't move horizontally to guard anyone on the perimeter. But you gotta try something. You can't just play drop coverage and watch Derek White go bombs away, Jalen Brown go bombs away, Jason Tatum bombs away. That we're playing teams with guards that can shoot the three. Yeah. What are we doing? You don't think like they're gonna spam it like this? We're literally watching them play NBA 2K out there, and they're spamming one play, and it's working in real time. But Sean and maneuvers, I want to talk to y'all first.
Let him talk, man.
Listen, I caught up with Darnell over the weekend. Y'all two are bugging.
I gotta
playoffs are gonna be fine.
I gotta say, all right.
It slows down.
Let him say. Let him talk.
Yeah,
I want to go. Hey, Felix went first.
Man.
Y'all two go. Y'all. I go after one of y'all.
Be getting me hot.
I go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead first. Yo, this is Overreaction Tuesday by Too Smooth 2. It is Overreaction Tuesday. You know, I hate to bring it back to football, right? But it's like the regular season, like the Eagles did one thing and one thing really well. in the postseason, they did several things really, really well. And I feel like that's what the Knicks are doing. Like the Knicks, you know what I'm saying? They're doing what they're supposed to do offensively. And I think in the postseason, once Mitch is back, once defense becomes paramount, which is Tom Thibodeau's defensive coach, I think things change. I think people are you guys, everyone is overreacting. And to add to that, like the best teams in the NBA, they're gonna give us the Knicks their best game every time they play us. Whether it's on their home court, definitely in the Garden, they're gonna give their best game, and they're gonna give their like everyone's coming out the ball against the Knicks because it is a chance to get yourself some notoriety in this league. I think Mitch is coming back. I think that changes things. I think we see Wingstop come back into full effect. I think Cat moving to the 4 provides us some flexibility on the defensive end. So I think stop overreacting, guys. It's not that serious.
Bro, so Sean, Mitchell Robinson is a 40-point difference. 40. Because that's what's happening over and over again. 10, 8, 10, 15 points over the course
FJB.
of a game.
Couple things, right? The elephant in the room. Let's start with that. Mikal Bridges. 5 first-round picks and a pick swap, right?
That's 6.
Now
he has to shoot better.
Credit to a couple of different color commentators that I've been watching over the weekend. Stephen A. primarily one of them. You could have had Kevin Durant for the same price. You know what I'm saying? When he was available, he definitely makes a difference. Mikal Bridges does not take advantage of smaller guys that are playing on him. He doesn't take it to the basket. He doesn't play. Yeah, retreat to the baseline, shoot a fadeaway jumper. Like, that drives me utterly insane. And it's like, yo, take him to the basket. Worst case scenario, there's contact. You get to the free throw line. You shoot over 80% from the line. Get easy buckets to get yourself going. But he takes the most difficult shots, and I don't understand why. And as far as the drop coverage goes, that's a Tibbs problem. And I know the pylon has always been Tom Thibodeau does not make in-game adjustments. But it's clear that he's not making adjustments for the personnel that is on the floor. Cat is not conducive to drop coverage because he's not athletic enough. He's not fleet of foot enough to be able to contest shots at the rim. So even when you put him in drop coverage, guys are still blowing around him, blowing by him, because he doesn't have the feet to get to the spot in order to make the play. So it's like I would rather have guys play up and switch on the pick and roll and get beat off the dribble and on their way to the rim rather than giving up 3-point shots. Because guess what, fellas? The damn
let me go.
The scouting report is out. 3-pointers galore. Look at what the Bulls did to us the other night, bro. Josh Giddey goes 5 for 9 from 3. Are you kidding me? Josh Giddey, he does not shoot 3-pointers, bro. But guess what? They were laying bricks in the first half. I'll let y'all get to it. Hold on. Laying bricks in the first half. The Bulls do not shoot a high percentage from 3, but yet the Knicks, if you give an NBA team enough opportunities, they're gonna be able to hit those shots because guess what? Those guys are pros.
Right.
In the last 7 and 15 games, Knicks are giving up the most points in the league.
Yeah, but listen.
Can I say something?
Before you guys want to say one thing, and then you can go. Like, I hear everything that everyone is gonna say and has said, but like, the playoffs are about adjustments. Why are you giving up the sauce in the regular season? There's no reason to make adjustments.
Here's my rebuttal to that. The problem with that is you and I heard what you said, and now that you said it resonated with me again. You can't say that, the Knicks are getting the best effort from everybody. We should be giving the best effort to some of the top teams to show that we can play with them.
It's not the other way around.
We haven't done anything.
Turn it on.
But everybody,
wait.
Because of the moves that we made, like,
bro,
it's different. Like, like because of the move, because of the coverage, because of Stephen A, because of Perk on ESPN talking about the Knicks and big body Brunson and all these things. Like,
can I?
Darnell, what they don't
Bro,
understand.
listen.
Before last
Wait,
year,
y'all remember?
Talk about the minutes. Talk about
no, not the minutes. You
and
remember when beginning of the season, we had asked who is going to be the Knicks' most valuable player this season. I said it was going to be Tibbs, and y'all were like, "Oh, you can't pick a coach. You can't pick a coach. You can't pick a coach." I've been beating the drum about Tom Thibodeau for the last how many years, even when he won Coach of the Year, and I said the same thing, and I stand by it. I'm not
jacking that, bro.
Okay, fine. You don't got to. I'm
not jacking that because you know what? It's easy to do that but when the Knicks were winning,
I still said it. I still talk about the minutes. I still talk about how this team was weird. I still said it. Felix, didn't I still always say that?
Yeah.
I never once got off.
Get rid of him.
I've been saying that for the
Darnell and I have been
Coach of the Year.
Yeah, I haven't said the Tibbs thing, but even on the minutes front, Darnell and I have been saying it in wins and losses. Like, look at what happened Sunday. Cat gets hurt. 0 pressure on his left leg. He literally hobbles to the bench lays on the bench, goes to the back, and comes back in the game with 3 fucking minutes left on the clock. Down 18. What is he doing in the game? This is shit. You can't. This is not a switch to turn off in the playoff. Like, that shit is fucking stupid.
The math is because it's like when you sit back and you watch him, and we could say the whole drop coverage thing. Sean, I'm gonna commend you for that. I'm not going to sit here and say no, and I'm not using the Eagles as a reference either, because you know what? The Eagles is top to bottom a full team. The Knicks are not a full team, so we can at least say that. But the fact is, if you're supposed to be this guy, Tibbs, if you're supposed to know the whole half the season is gone. And the fact is, we're back at this. You realize we're talking about the same thing about the Knicks.
Can I ask you a
every
question?
single year?
Can I ask you a question?
Every single year. Let me finish.
Let me ask you a question.
Yo, you talk. Why can't I talk, bro? I let you talk.
Talk.
Come on. Like, seriously. We're back to asking the same question about Tom Thibodeau once again. So it's like, yo, you get you know what? The Julius Randle thing, Mitch last year injured thing, halfway Brunson injured last year thing, OG injured last year thing. Okay, we'll call that season a wash. Call it a wash. We come to this season again when you as a coach know, hey, you know what? We need a big man. We don't, and the thing is, we're relying on Mitchell Olajuwon over here to come back and to be this towering figure. You guys do realize if he gets injured, this whole talk about the playoffs has gone out the window, and he hasn't been reliable. So we gotta call a spade a spade. And I said, bro, I get y'all opinion, but what I don't like, I feel as if y'all are trying to y'all are forcing yourselves to lie to us and the whole NBA media, we're not all seeing the same thing.
All right, so let me say this is
what
I want.
Before you go maneuvers, if this is gonna switch in the playoffs, are we beating Boston in the second round?
Possibly, because this is what I want to say to y'all. This is what I want to say to y'all, and this is what I want y'all. This is what I really want to resonate with y'all. Right? Is that for the past 25 years, as Knicks fans, we've been in purgatory. For the past 25 years, as Knicks fans, there has been no light at the end of the tunnel. Now, for the first time since I can remember in the last 25 years, I have faith in what the front office.
I've been a Knicks fan for 33 years.
No, but I mean, 33 years, whatever.
Stop playing semantics, Sean. We're talking about we all been Knicks
in the past 25
Ain't no time for sememantics right now, bro. We know what we're talking about. Stop being dumb, son.
Sean had to clarify.
Yeah. So however long you've been a Knicks.
I've been a Knicks fan for 55 years, and my great.
Can I finish my statement? Can I finish my statement? Can I finish my statement?
Yeah, man. Hey, semantics,
like,
man.
Like, however long you want to say you've been a Knicks fan. I'm talking about the past 25 years.
Right.
Pat and them have been gone. When we always felt like we kind of had a puncher's chance.
Chris Shaw's.
Right? Now I finally feel like I feel like I trust the front office. I trust the coaching staff. I trust them to make the right decision and make the right moves and do the right things to give us a chance to be contenders. And I feel like because we've come out of purgatory, we feel like, all right, we're out of purgatory, so we should be winning an NBA championship. That might not necessarily be it. We might just need to contend for a couple years before we can win a championship. All of that said, though, the question that I posed to the group is, fully healthy, right? Granted, I already know what DB dude over here is going to say about the bench. Fully healthy. Who has a better first six than us in the league?
Bro, are you crazy?
Answer the question.
There's like 17, bro.
A better first six?
Yes.
I wouldn't say 7.
Bro,
a better first six?
Boston for sure.
Boston, Cleveland.
Cleveland right now. Although I do think we would match up better with Cleveland than Boston in a series.
Agreed.
OKC.
For sure.
I would even, like I said, yes. Hey, bro, the Lakers
first six.
The Lakers right now,
position wise, a better first six.
Lakers,
Mitch, Cat, OG, Mikal,
Houston,
and Hart coming up. And Hart coming up the bench is our sixth man.
I mean, LeBron, Luka, and Austin Reeves is a fucking dynamic three.
I said
amazing,
six.
Amazing.
I said, listen, let's not talk about individual players and their greatness carrying the rest of the rest of the six.
Well, guess what? We ain't only playing 6.
Exactly.
What's the point? What's the point? Yeah, what's the relevance of the 6? It don't mean nothing.
You gotta go, bro. To beat.
Here's a.
Go ahead, Sean. No,
you got it. You
ask me a question, and then I get both of y'all trying to answer.
No.
This is year 1 of the roster. I agree with you. I do believe in what Leon and the team are doing to get better players. We did not expect them to turn shit around from literally right before we signed Brunson. This has been 2-3 years, and we've
last year was a blessing.
Last
year was a blessing to go to the Eastern Conference semis with an injured roster. Last year was a blessing, and I feel like
last year was hard work.
Last year,
what you mean?
Hard work. Last year was hard work.
Last year wasn't.
Last year endeared them to the New York Knicks fans. Now we believe in them so much because of the heart that they showed last year, expecting them to be world beaters because they overachieved with the injured roster last year.
No, Anderson, that's not a valid argument. That's not valid.
How is not a valid argument?
Because it's okay. Good, Sean. Because
we lost 4 starters last year.
Sean ain't saying nothing. I'm gonna let Sean talk.
No. I'm cool. Go ahead.
Nah, Sean ain't talking a minute. Go
ahead. I'm cool. I'm listening to everybody. Go ahead.
Yeah. The thing is, we're not expecting them, Anderson, to go out there and go 82-0. We're not expecting them to go 72-9. We're not expecting them to go 62-20. We're not expecting.
Yeah, whatever you're talking about the records, I hear you, but I feel like.
But no.
It doesn't matter what they do. It feels like there is a knock on something that they're not doing.
But it's not. But the thing is,
y'all niggas sound like Damon Wayans trying to explain the Knicks right now in that skit where he's on In Living Color.
We already knew.
Y'all sound crazy, bro.
No.
Stop. Here's the problem, bro. First of all, maneuvers. There was nothing lucky about the run last year. Everything that we earned with hard work and hustle.
We had a lot of
It started a lot with Hartenstein, with his ability to be able to rebound the basketball and set up plays for guys at the top of the key as a passer and a playmaker, along with the screening role. Right? Then you had.
Go ahead though.
Let him talk, bro. Let him talk.
You never said luck.
I said they overachieved.
He said they overachieved and it was a blessing.
It was a blessing. It was an overachieve with an injured roster. We lost 4 starters last year, bro. 4 starters. No team in the league. No team in the league can expect after losing 4 starters to make it to a game within a game of the conference final. It's not a crazy statement that I'm making.
Well, Sean, say what you're gonna say, because I got some smoke for that when he does. So.
I'm done. Go ahead, go, bro.
Well, I said and I think what's happened is you start. So what the argument you're using, what you're gonna start doing is you start going back to this little kickback loop of the Knicks have done this, but last year the Knicks have done this, but we didn't have this. We didn't and
it's
that's
not the same team.
I'm saying we're not. If this is your level, right? Overworking your starters when you don't need to, when you did have to do it last year. No. This is your level. You just said it. You just said it was a hard work and it was a blessing of a team. So what I'm saying to combat that is the team itself. We have seen for the first half of the season, and I said, and I told Felix on Sunday, we're gonna call this season a wash, right? We're not even gonna say if we finish, because by all stretch of imagination, we're finishing either 3rd or 4th in the East. We're gonna call it a wash, right? So what I'm saying is, if you were competitive and you beat Boston and you beat Cleveland and you beat OKC and all of these teams with a depleted roster last year, now you have a better roster this year. Anderson, we're losing by 70
are
points.
Constructed different.
But this is what I'm trying to say. So what's the one common denominator here?
It's the same thing. Rim protectors.
The coach himself does not know.
You're minimizing.
Tibbs, I'm not minimizing
everyone's
nothing.
Going back to Tibbs every time.
It's always going to be based off of Tibbs. He is the coach. He is the guy who puts people in place. He's the guy that tells Cat, drop coverage.
I'm gonna be quiet.
Every other team in the NBA. Every other team, Anderson, we are not. There's more.
You're talking about a team that was differently constructed, that was top 5 offensive and defensive efficiency in the back half of last season.
Right, Anderson.
Where we had
every other team in the NBA.
We had 2 rim protectors.
Every other team in the NBA.
Felix, am I lying?
Every other team in the NBA.
Lying? Is anything that I'm saying factually incorrect?
Not incorrect.
Two rim protectors last year. We were, even with Julius Randle, we were top 5 offensive and defensive efficiency last year. Now, this year, we're top 5 offensive efficiency. With no rim protector, we're not top 5 defensive efficiency. How are you blaming Tibbs? It's a differently constructed team.
Okay. You blame Tibbs because of his inability to adjust with the roster on hand.
Tibbs is the defensive coach.
Period.
Bro.
He's a defensive coach, right?
And the defense.
But we're bottom half defensive efficiency.
How does he not?
What are we talking about?
You play with the people.
This is why.
He should be able to adjust if he knows. He knew going into this season that Cat was going to be the center. How has he not drawn anything up to counter the drop coverage? Because every team is playing us the same way. Yes, we're 18, 19 games over 500. We're stuck in the middle where we're better than everyone else in the league, but not better than the top 3. And it's very clear by the end scores. Let me ask y'all this. because we keep hearing about the playoffs and the game is different. It's going to slow down. It's going to be in the half court. Who's another dynamic ball handler on the Knicks besides Jalen Brunson? Because we got to run offense too. We can't just say, oh, Mitch is going to be there and it's going to help the defense. It slows down and it's going to be in the half court. So when Brunson gets doubled and trapped, who else is playmaking?
Nobody.
If you go back to all the most recent championship contenders, championship winning teams,
we're about to get
of course, the Warriors. We already know how that went. Toronto, Kyle Lowry, Kawhi Leonard.
We're about to get Vic.
Vic who?
You know Vic.
Vic who? Who we getting?
You know Vic. The African Vic.
Oladipo. You see, this is why I can't. You see, this is why I thought this was dumb, right? This is all stupid of the like. There's nothing serious in here, right? The problem with the Knicks is the way the team is constructed. They already gave up roster. The reason why Knicks fans are so frustrated is because we're educated and we understand how second apron and first apron works, right?
Handicapping us.
We've given away a good lion's share of our assets to acquire Mikal Bridges, and we're not getting a return on that investment as of yet. Now, we have to be fair with Bridges, like I said the other night, because guess what? It's year one, number one. Number two, you're asking him to do a lot. He plays the most minutes on the basketball team. He has to guard the best player on the other team. He has to score with efficiency when he gets his opportunities, and he cannot miss, or people are going to be all over his ass, pause. Mm-hmm. And then the other thing is he has to be able to make for others, especially when he's the primary scorer off the with the bench players on. Go ahead, what were you going to say?
Well, Sean, I forgot who's the person that controls his. Okay, my bad.
But my thing is that there's a lot of teams in the NBA, and to Darnell's point,
don't say to Darnell's
pause. But no, I'm gonna say to his point because he's right in this regard. Pacome Dadier, first round pick, right in the NBA draft, a young, capable wing from France, shows he has the ability to handle the basketball and shoot it from deep, right? He can't be much worse than Landry Shamet defending on the outside who can't stop anybody. You know what I'm saying? Why not give him an opportunity on the court to shake things up a little bit? Why not give Tyler Kolek an opportunity to shake things up a little bit when we see Campaign shooting 26-footers and floaters from 20 feet out from the basket? You have nothing to lose and everything to gain with the younger players being able to have an opportunity to step on the court and do something with the basketball.
Nah, right? It's better to put Cat back in the game with 3 minutes left instead of putting in young guys and letting them get some rest.
We're talking all night long. Go ahead.
I'm going to say something and be quiet for 5 minutes after that, right? Like, I hear everything that y'all saying, but I feel like no matter what happens, there is a gripe about what the Knicks are doing. And I feel like at the end of the day, you guys want Tom Thibodeau gone. And guess what? There's no magic pill that fixes it because Thibodeau's gone. The next guy might be worse. Like that. Like
hold on.
Let him talk. Sean, let him talk. Sean, let him talk.
Because we all do not want Tom Thibodeau gone. We want Tom Thibodeau to be a great coach that he is and adjust. That's what we want. We do not want to see the same thing over and over and over again and then expect the same results. Yeah. We would like to see him as a coach who is a brilliant defensive mind. Because guess what? He's been on championship rosters. Make the adjustments. Don't just sit there and leave like FJB cat in the game with 3 minutes left in the game. It makes absolutely no sense. There's no impact. There's nothing to be had from that kind of
You're a lock in the playoffs. Doesn't make any
sense.
You're a lock for the playoffs. What adjustments do you need to make? Basically, 1 and 2 is sewn up. Celtics and Cleveland has sewn up the 1 and 2 seed. What adjustments do they need to make?
It wasn't in the last. It wasn't in the last 2
weeks. Through Cat. run the offense through Cat when Brunson's on the bench. You know how many times on Sunday I seen Cat trying to throw an entry pass to OG Anunoby in the post? What the fuck is that? That is not OG's game. He goes up. He has a tough time finishing through contact. How many and ones has he had this year? How many and ones has Mikal had this year? Because he's always fading. Why are we not run? He's going to be $60 million in 2 seasons. How are we not running the offense through Cat when Brunson's on the bench? That is adjustment number 1. Number 2, pick and roll with Cat and Brunson. It is established as the most lethal 1-2 punch in the NBA, and we don't fucking run it enough because we're running bullshit and trying to run fucking Josh Hart pick and rolls on the wing. That's not the game. Like, there's so many little shit that we can see on the court. Bring in fucking Ariel Hakporti. Yes, he's gonna make mistakes, but he has that defensive dog in him. We've seen him block shots. We've seen him contest at the rim. You need a fucking 5 to play with Cat. Why don't you experiment with them two so that when Mitch does come back, Cat already has the reps and he can remember what he's doing with Gobert from last year. It's simple shit. It's like, it is not rocket science. We understand. Yes, this is year 1 of the experiment. This is not the final version of the roster. We're going to do everything we can in the offseason to beef up the bench and get some better players, get some better minutes. Hell, we might even go fucking get TJ Warren off the G League team because he's killing over there. We're gonna do things. This is year 1. They talked about fucking breaking up Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown forever until they won a chip. This is, yes, the Knicks. This is a blessing. We're finally a good team. I think the problem is that we can see the ceiling being NBA Finals. And right now we understand that this is not the roster that's gonna get there in its entirety. And we want to see adjustments being made on the fly to give the team its best chance. It sucks to watch them lose the same way over and over and not even try anything different.
After that impassionate little spurt right there.
Soliloquy.
You know how to make you mad. You see what he did? You know how to make you mad, son.
What?
Ain't even, that team,
You know how to make you mad.
What? Who?
Right.
I just watched so much tape. It's like small shit.
No,
like,
I hear.
literally.
I
saw it was. I think it was second or third quarter on Sunday, and on the right wing, Cat is throwing an entry pass to OG in the post and turned it over.
I hear you.
How is that the starting point of the offense?
I guess it's just my take right now is I'm not gonna overreact. I'm not gonna feel like, oh, okay, this is it. Like, it's not the playoffs. Like, we all know what the NBA is. Like, the NBA now,
all matchup.
The NBA now is like, hey, you win what you can win, you secure your seed, and then it's a different game in playoffs.
Home court don't even matter, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't.
Teams fucking going on the road and
I don't care about that. Like, I don't care about the regular season. We're gonna be the number 3 seed. Okay, cool. Like,
but you gotta remember too. Like, it's a different animal, but it's not just different for us. It's different for other teams too.
Yeah,
you go against a Boston that 1 through 5, everybody can run pick and roll and put you in a blender. You gotta have some good individual.
Yeah, but we not playing Boston in the first round. We're not playing
Boston. You want to talk about it?
We're gonna see them in the second.
Because we're
not gonna play Boston in the second round.
We're gonna see them in the second.
So Detroit.
No, we not.
Detroit give us
Fitz. Play Boston in the second round.
No, Detroit give us Fitz in the first round.
Yeah,
why won't we play Boston?
Detroit is throwing everything they have into the regular season.
Because they're young and they want to get their guys ready for the postseason.
Yeah, but listen.
So time out. Because you talking.
What do you said this? You said this last year, and our guys are ready for the postseason. So don't come with that foolishness. Our guys that were not getting the minutes that you was complaining about last year, they were ready for the postseason, bro. They were ready for the postseason. So I don't.
How do you go here for the postseason?
Stop talking to me about minutes. Stop talking about minutes.
I didn't say nothing about minutes.
No, we don't have no bench because that's where you going next.
No, I'm not. What I'm saying is, how do you get your guys ready for the postseason?
Yo, they're gonna be ready. They're gonna be ready, bro. Like, that's
I'm trying to look for the magic switch that you could flip it.
There is no magic switch. There is no
obviously there is. According to you,
are you coaching them? Are you there day in and day out understanding the capability?
That's what I'm saying. That's not a let's say your argument is saying, well, you're not there, so you can't be that person. This is what you don't understand, right? And I think this is what you're missing, right? Like you need to run your core players. So, and this is my opinion. This is just my opinion. Y'all can tell me if I'm crazy or not. But you need to run your core players so that when you get to the postseason, like you can make adjustments. They're comfortable playing with each other and all that good stuff. The young guys, bro, they just gonna hoop. You need, sometimes you just need hoopers that just gonna go out there and hoop. Like last year, like Alec Burke, I know he moved around a lot, but guess what? You know what you realize about Alec Burke? All the hoopers respect Alec Burke, because guess what? He don't need to get minutes. You put Alec Burke on the court, and he gonna go get buckets.
He's a vet.
But I think he was a young guy. He said the young guy's gonna hoop.
Hoopers. The young guys. Some of these young guys are just hoopers. They don't understand how to run sets. They don't understand how to play defense. But
they get reps in the regular season. At least our young guys aren't getting any reps.
Listen, I've seen many times where guys like who don't understand how to run an offense but can hoop, don't get no run, and when you need just somebody who's just gonna go get buckets, you put them in the game and they go get buckets.
What about OKC? What about my bad, FGB? What about OKC and Isaiah Joe and Wiggins and those guys being able to get on the court and show what they can do?
With young guys. The whole roster is young.
This is the thing,
what we got, geriatric fucks, bro. We got niggas that are young on the bench too.
Nah, we ain't got Jalen, first, second, and third year players, bro. We got
Mitch is coming back, right? So even let's go start and line up: Brunson, Bridges, OG, Cat, and Mitch. Then you got Josh Hart, McBride, and Precious. That's already 8.
What are we worried about? What are we worried about? This is what I'm asking. I can't wait for us to clip
them saying, "What are we worried about?" And then play that as the Knicks get their first round exit against Detroit.
Top 6.
That would be hilarious.
When them Detroit young. And the thing is, Detroit.
When we clip that,
Jalen, they don't got Jalen.
Nigga, when we clip that shit, and then we play, and then we get slapped in the first.
Last year they won 16 games. Come on, you talking about Detroit? It's the league, bro. This is what the league is now. Like it don't. None of that don't matter, yo. Like top 6. Name 5 teams with a better first 6 than ours.
Yo, we just gave you.
I'll give you credence if we make it to the conference finals.
Bro, name 5 teams. First of all, I'm not worried about Cleveland.
All right, so
I'm not that worried about Cleveland either.
I'm not worried about Cleveland.
I'm not that worried. No.
Come on.
I have a legit.
I'm not worried about Indiana.
I got a legit basketball question.
It's two teams in the East that I'm worried about. It's
only when he's done talking gibberish.
Boston and who?
Boston and Milwaukee.
I ain't worried about Milwaukee.
Okay.
They can't play a lick of defense.
Legit basketball question. What changes for the Knicks when Mitch Robinson comes back into the lineup?
What changes for the Knicks when Mitch Robinson comes back into the lineup?
Yeah, you can go maneuvers.
There's a rim protector. I'm gonna mute myself. Okay, y'all gotta talk.
You were answering Sean's question.
Nobody wants me because I'm the only one on the other side of the conversation. That's why it feels like I'm talking so much. But y'all all jumping off the ledge, yo.
I'm not.
Jumping off the ledge for nothing.
My final point is, we are a good team, borderline great. We're gonna make it to the second round of the playoffs, and we're gonna lose there. I don't think we're winning the chip this year. That's all it is.
I don't think we're winning the chip, but I definitely think we're going to the conference finals.
Okay.
So that's if so.
Who do we beat on our way to the conference finals?
Whoever it is, we're going to the conference finals.
Who do we beat on our way to the conference finals?
It doesn't matter. We're going to the.
So you're saying we're either gonna beat Boston or Cleveland?
Yep. We're gonna be the number. What do you mean we're gonna beat Boston or Cleveland?
We're playing Boston, bro. We're playing Boston.
We're 3.
Wait, how do you know?
You do realize how 1-8, 2-7. It's like
the only way, bro. The only way we're not playing Boston in the second round is if you think we're gonna drop the 4
to the 4. and we play Cleveland in the second round.
I think we're 4 games. We're 4 or 5
like
games
5 or 6
ahead.
Of, yeah.
And we're like 4 games behind Boston, and Boston's 5 or 6 games behind Cleveland.
Yeah.
So I don't really see much changing for 1 to 3, but like that's the only way we don't play Boston in the second round.
As if if Boston goes on a losing streak and we get to the 2, or we drop down to the 4.
Even still, they're going to drop down to 3 because I don't think Milwaukee.
And we still gonna play him. And we still play him. And we still play the next round.
Yeah. So I don't know what that man's talking about. Don't know what he's talking about.
You know, but
in any case,
so I give maneuvers this. I give maneuvers this. I'll give him props for saying like, hey, look, the playoffs is a different animal. I give him props.
Yes, it is.
I'll give him props for that. But like, and I won't go as far to say like, yo, like we expect them to be world beaters. We're not expecting that. You know what I'm saying? I think we as Knicks fans, we are happy that I'll agree with you to this. And I'll say that all of us could agree in this room. We are happy that, you know what, we're competitive and we have a future.
We're in the mix.
We're in the mix, and that's good for the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Because right now the NBA, Adam Silver's loving this right now after that big contract he got, because he's got Boston, New York, and the Lakers relevant, which is huge. Only thing he missing right now is Chicago. You know, so he's got 3 of the big guns right now relevant as far as the NBA goes. But as I said, as a Knicks fan, being taken on a micro level of what we had, not macro of the league, it's like we're not expecting it to be we're gonna walk into the NBA finals. No, we just want to say like, you know what, we don't want these demons to come back to haunt us when we know, and as FJB said and as Sean said, we know how to fix. Like if we're the layman, we haven't played fresh basketball and we could say it. And now the pundits and the ex-basketball pundits are saying that who played and did not play. There's got to be some like we all can't be wrong here.
Yeah, but people on national media are gonna
a lot of them hate.
They're gonna stay the storyline. It's the storyline that they gotta go with, bro. Like I'm not.
Maneuvers is there. My last point is, we gotta wait for Mitch to see, because maybe we are underestimating his impact, because when you take a look at last year, we had either Mitch and Hartenstein, and both of them superseded their role, rebounding and defense. We don't care if you score. You don't care if you score. All you did, Hartenstein had that floaty from the dotted, and Mitch was catching lobs. But outside of that, so maybe Mitch's impact will be greater than we expect. We also got to be realistic though, that he's only gonna be back for about 20 games before the playoffs. So listen, my last point.
No, hold on, FJB, you're interrupting maneuvers. Let him go.
I just witnessed Iman Shumpert on his pod say that even if you start the regular season late and you don't get a full training camp, it takes you almost half the season to get into rhythm and to get your legs under you. So I'm concerned with our expectation of Mitch, because Mitch is on Twitter all the time, or X. He's seeing the shit. He knows everyone expects him to literally come and be the savior for this team. That is a lot of fucking pressure with 20 games left in the season, right? Playoffs are super intense. He can do all the treadmill work he wants. He could Peloton it. He could do whatever. He's going to run up and down that court 4 times and be gassed. So I do want to taper expectations for what he's going to bring. I did see Friday, he's supposed to come back against the Grizzlies on a super strict minute restriction. And against
the Grizzlies. Against the Grizzlies, bro.
So, against the Grizzlies. I hope he's okay. Like, we also got to remember that when we're used to seeing Mitch play, he winces almost like every time up the floor. So it's not like we're getting this like bionic leg Mitch Robinson coming back that can't get hurt. Right? One tweak of something and we're all just going to be like, oh, here we go again. But let's see. Let me see how Mitch has performed 10 or 12 games into his return. And maybe I might think a little bit differently about the second round. I can't hear you and you're not muted.
I said I could speak.
I choose you.
One of the biggest issues that the Knicks also have is two of their starters, who are their most prolific scorers, are also their weakest defenders. Right?
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns. They both have a problem being able to keep guys in front of them, especially Cat is the reason why we play drop coverage, right? And his inability to be able to stop people at the rim, like I mentioned before, is an Achilles heel for the team. Now, when Mitch comes back, you think that that may alleviate all that ails the Knicks. He'll be able to cover up some of those deficiencies, and Cat may be able to play guys that are a little more, he can dominate guys that are a little more smaller than he is. But also the big determinant factor for Mitch Robinson is his ability to offensive rebound, give a second chance scoring. I think that was huge for the Knicks. We were one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the NBA last year, and that translated to a lot of our success. And if we don't have that,
buckets, fast break with Josh, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So. Yeah, and having a big in Hartenstein being able to be a playmaker and make those plays was paramount. And granted, Cat can do that, but his defensive liabilities are a major problem for the Knicks. So
hey,
I think we're really
quick thing watching the Lakers look.
Yeah, they're different. They're a different basketball team. But
I know we.
I think that. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I know we coming up on time here, but I just wanted to ask y'all one last question. We clearly talked about we belabored drop coverage in here already. Wouldn't it make more sense to just try blitzing the ball handler? And if OG and Mikal are supposed to be your fast wing defenders, put faith in them to rotate on the backside. Why don't we blitz? Cat is 7 feet tall, right? It's going to be hard for a ball handler to pass over him. Why don't we blitz the ball handler and everybody rotate? Maneuvers.
I mean, that sounds great, but I don't think that's the long-term solution. I think the long-term solution...
We just haven't seen anything else as well.
We haven't seen anything else, but I think the long-term solution is, regardless of conditioning, I think the long-term solution, I think just along with all other fans, I think what the Knicks are planning for is for Mitch to be back and for, 25 to 35 minutes a game, provide OG and Mikal that comfort to know that they have backup and
back in protection.
I think that's really the goal.
Pause.
That's really the goal. Like, let them do what they do and know that
back end protection is crazy.
I corrected myself.
Back end protection.
No, and I that's been another frustrating point. Just to close it out, is we're so hard on these guys because we've seen flashes of all of them perform at a high level this season.
Bro, listen, this is what I think back to. This is and it's not that I'm putting so much on Mitch like everybody else is. I'm thinking back to what it looked like from the other player's perspective when we had a rim protector in the game. Like last season, like...
It's so funny. We all went through the stages in the beginning. We had the introduction, then we all got mad, and then we calmed down because we all old and shit and got tired.
I'm still mad.
We got old and tired, and dudes calmed down and they speaking in soft voices now. I'm
still mad.
We went through all the stages of grief.
But last season, I remember looking at like I would say to myself, why are dudes who are on the same side where OG's the help defender driving? Because it's a steal every time.
Yeah,
because he had
Big
the
hands.
comfort of knowing that I can play help.
he could be
defense.
more aggressive.
Okay. Yeah. So I feel like that's the ultimate goal. Like to be able to get back to a place where they can play team defense and you can let OG and Mikal play that help defense and not only shut their guy down, but help the weaker defenders that you were talking about, Sean, cover their guys. And I think
maneuvers, you think there's no trust?
No, I don't think
defensively.
I definitely
that's basically what you're saying.
I definitely think,
and I agree with you.
I definitely think there's no trust in Cat defensively because that's not what he was brought here for.
I don't even think Cat trusts himself defensively.
Yeah.
What we talking about?
Hey, listen, trust me. Don't even trust me.
Listen. You gotta understand, right? You don't go to the bodega to put things back. You go to the bodega to get stuff. Right? Okay.
I guess.
So big bodega.
One last question before we go.
The open door.
Right? One last question before we go. Someone in this chat who shall remain nameless floated the idea of a possible trade during the offseason for one gentleman that comes from Greece, that is the Greek freak, and giving up one of our marquee pieces in Karl-Anthony Towns for a couple of pieces in order to get Giannis. How do we feel about that trade?
I don't want it.
I don't want it either. I'm cool.
I don't want it.
I would entertain.
I would entertain
if it's the package, pause. That DB dude mentioned in the chat, I definitely entertain.
In a heartbeat.
We would have to do more roster gymnastics for me to be with that.
Gymnastics.
Because we've seen how Giannis is going to win stretch 5. Giannis at the 5 is, I don't know that's the solution.
But Giannis's ability to get up and down the court and defend
on the
weak side,
everything.
Imagine him with an OG defensively.
Well, okay. Oh, wait. Well, here's the thing. I think if we do it, it'll be like a Mikal.
Who do we have?
It'll probably either be OG. Either OG or Mikal's gonna go.
Who do we have?
You know what I'm saying? They're no. But
it's not. I hear your point, but it's not. It's not friggin' Mikal. It's definitely OG right now.
That's gonna go,
and that's not what you want.
That's not what you want.
That is not what you want.
And you just never know, man. You just never know.
I said Hart and Giannis on the floor, 2 non-shooters defensively. GG's. But people,
I think, and one last point about Mikal, I think he's struggling so much because he is so far down the option list.
Yeah. But it is what it is. Appreciate y'all for checking in with us on this Knicks rant.
Are we
probably
done?
Gonna have another one.
I got more in the.
Nah.
I want to go to bed, bro. I'm not doing this all night, man. I'm tired.
Nah, I got more to say. I got cut y'all off.
Of course you do.
Overtake the conversation. And
Gotta do it all, man.
Y'all know what to do already. Hit that like button, subscribe button, comment, share, DM. The whole vibes already. 22 twos and we out of here.